Toronto's newest transit line has been in operation for just over a week now after years of cost overruns and delays.
But now that it's finally up and running, was it worth the wait? CTV's Natalie Johnson rode the rails with local leaders to find out.
A week after the Eglinton LRT finally hit the tracks for service, three experts met up at a shiny new station.
Amazing.
To explore Toronto's newest transit line.
I like that they're videos now.
And go for a real-world ride.
Community activist, a politician, and an academic walk into an LRT.
The experts, U of T Infrastructure Institute Director Maddie Simiatiki.
This is really a change of pace for how we build transit and how transit looks in our city.
City Councillor Josh Matlow, whose ward includes 8 stops along the line.
Transit has always been a dream for communities like Little Jamaica.
And Little Jamaica's Community Land Trust Coordinator, Anika Mark.
A huge opportunity for our local economies, right?
With the opening day excitement now in the rear view, these experts put this regular ride to the test.
I think it's so fast. That's one thing I love about it, the speed. Like, we're getting to where we need to go. And I think that's what Torontonians need.
That speed is obvious in the underground portion of the line.
For the underground part, I think people are really happy.
But
You'll see when we get to the above ground part, that's where there are still question marks, that the trains noticeably slow down.
We were going really fast underground, and I could physically feel us slow down as we surfaced because Metrolinx did not ensure that there'd be transit signal priority, meaning that the train wouldn't have to slow down and stop at traffic signals.
transit signal priority is now being implemented but won't be fully in place until May. The close distance between stations also means more stops.
This is the missing middle that we often talk about in Toronto city planning debates. And what happens is the planners at the time wanted to make sure that there was transit that was close to all of where these folks live so that they don't have to have long walks to the stations. And yet the trade-off is now that the line in this area goes slower because the stations in some parts are very close together.
The consensus is that the above-ground ride feels very different than the below-ground ride, almost as though Eglinton is two different lines. So should this entire LRT have been built at the same grade?
This will be an ongoing debate in our city. It's, you're always trading off speed versus cost. This line already was billions and billions of dollars. Going underground is even more expensive. So you're always doing trade-offs.
There's going to be a lot of growth in Eglinton now that there's a rapid transit line. But, this took so long that even the Sign Center station's name got changed to Don Valley. It took that long when the government shut down the Sign Center.
Matlow calling for a public inquiry into why the project was 6 years late and more than $1 billion over budget. But after years of crippling construction, there is finally a chance to start building back.
Eglinton has always been a beautiful small business corridor, right? Like all the way through. And so there's so much opportunity for our small business to come back, be prosperous, utilize this line to bring new clients, connect with their existing clients, and connect with citizens across the city.
You're starting to see development happening. And part of the reason we build these trains is to move people. The other reason is to catalyze great communities around them.
A rough ride to get to this point, but finally a light at the end of the tunnel. Natalie Johnson, CTV News.